Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to do authentication in Django. So I have made a login page in the template folder, which is login.html. My main project is demo register, and I have two apps named accounts and pages. So I'm gonna do all the authentication in my accounts app in the views file. So in here. Alright, so for authentication, I'm going to use the Django built-in authentication form. So this authentication form just takes in a username and a password, and then it passes those the inputs for the validation. So let's get started. So to use this authentication form, we need to import it. So we just defined a function named login view, and when we are going to call this function, it's going to return this authentication form. Context here is a dictionary. So basically, this form is the key, and authentication form is the value. So whenever we call form, it's actually going to take us to this authentication form. Let me just show you how this works. So I'm going to go to my login view in here, and even though I just styled it using Bootstrap, I'm going to show you how you can use it simply. So all you have to do is use this syntax. So basically, suppose you have named this login form. Alright, let me show you login form. Then you would write the same thing in here between these two curly braces, login form. So you can name it whatever you want to. I'm just gonna name it form, and same goes for here. Just so that it looks nice, I'm actually gonna go back to my template. Alright, so just so that we can call this, we have to define the URLs. So I just named this login. So whenever you wanna call the login view function, you just name it with the help of login, and that function will be called, like the way I did in here in my template in here. All right. Another thing that you have to add here is the template name that you wanna render it to, which is gonna be our login.html. Also guys, I changed the login view function name to login request. Please keep that in mind. If you have any problem with the code, you can check my GitHub account. I have linked it in the description box below. Don't forget to change the function name in the urls.py as well. Let's check whether our authentication form works or not. So basically now you can write anything in here, but it won't really validate or authenticate. So for that, you have to write more code. So let's do that. So here we are checking whether the input values are actually have the proper data types or not. So let me just tell you what I mean. Is valid will check whether each input field in our authentication form, that is the username and the password, has the appropriate data type. The clean data holds the validated form data, so we are just taking the input values that we actually got from the user to our this variable. Then we are passing that to authenticate function. So this authenticate function checks the username and password against the authentication backend and returns a user object if the credentials are valid. If the credentials are not valid, then it will return none. So we actually have to import this authenticate function. Now, what I want to do is after the authentication, if the user exists in our database, then I want it the user to be logged in and redirected to the home page. So to do that, I'm going to use check whether the user exists or not. Not none. So login is a built-in Django function which we can which takes HTTP request object and the user object and logs the user in. So after login, I want to redirect the user to the home page. To do that, I'm gonna use redirect. You can send it to, you can send the user to wherever you want to. Alright, but what if the user is actually does not exist? That means what if he or she is not registered? So to show that, I'm gonna raise message or an error. So else so messages.error is there is a built-in Django message framework which you can use to show that there is an error. There is an error. So if the user does not exist or the password does not match, then it will show that there is an invalid username or password. You can use any other messages that you want in here as you wish, but we have to import these messages. So to do that, let's do it in here. I'm gonna write the same message here for this if as well, that if the form is not valid. So alright, it worked since it redirected us to the home page. But now what I want is not to show this login and register links. So to do that, let's go to our template, that is index.html, and here I want to say that if That is, if the user is authenticated, then it will show us the logout link, not the register or login link anymore. Let's keep it hash for a bit because I didn't create the logout URL yet. Let's see if this template works. See, it worked. It showed us the logout link. So let's create the logout function. I'm gonna go to views. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna redirect it. So just like the login function, there is a built-in logout function which just takes in the request, and now all we have to do is define the URLs and hopefully we will be done. I'm also gonna change here and link it to the logout. Let's see if this works. See, it worked. So that's it, guys. This login function should work for username and password. For email and password, you have to tweak it a bit. Next time maybe I'll do a video for email and only one password registration and authentication. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for videos, do let me know. And if you have any kind of problem regarding this, you can comment down below and I will try to reply as soon as possible.